two-wheeler EVs or electric vehicles in general, it's not just Tesla, it's the two-wheelers as well as four-wheeler electric vehicles that have a long road to travel, to traverse. And as far as Indian government subsidizing the electric mobility is concerned, there seems to be some sort of a new plan in place by the way of FAME 3. We've seen FAME 2 outlay of 10,000 crore rupees. Amit, there's going to be a FAME 3 now. It's going to be different from what FAME scheme has been so far. What's in store?
Yeah, so there are two sides to that. So the wheels towards FAME 3 are definitely moving. It's expected to be more towards the infrastructure, as we all know, and not just on the consumer side of it, subsidizing the vehicle. But the other side is the legal actions are still playing out. So the Ministry of Heavy Industry has warned that they'll take legal actions against the 17 OEMs who have basically flouted the eligibility limit of 1.5 lakhs by separating EV chargers from the cost of the vehicles.
Okay. So let's break it down. What really happened? So what happened essentially, Karthik, and we've tracked this story very, very closely, is that many OEMs, in order to avail the upfront subsidy or discounts to its users, did not adhere to some of the basic guidelines of FAME 2. They continued getting subsidies for 2 years, subsequent to which the government woke one day. We are given to understand that there was a letter, an email that was sent out to the Department of Heavy Industries alleging that some of these players, namely out of the 13 existing or 13 or 14 existing players, have flouted the localization norms, to be particular, which is 50% of your vehicle should be locally made, locally sourced.
That's right.
After which the government says pay us back.
Right.
To the tune of 400 crore rupees.
That's right. And unpaid subsidies of 1,200 crores still pending, taking it up to about 1,600 crores. Absolutely right. So I think what happened subsequently was the revision in FAME 2 came by way of reducing the subsidy from 45% to 15%, amounting to a reduction in subsidy for the consumer from 50,000 rupees per vehicle to about 21,000 rupees per vehicle, which is still subsidized. So FAME has not really been taken away. The amount of subsidy is given to the end user through the distributor, through the manufacturer, have been reduced from 50,000 to 21,000 rupees.
Only for eligible.
Only for eligible, those who have not flouted the localization norms. Now, the government's logic there was that let's give subsidy to more number of people within the budget of 10,000 crore rupees allocated earlier, and that would give an extension to the longevity of the FAME scheme as opposed to giving more subsidy to fewer people. So subsidize more number of consumers, more number of vehicles, rather than heavily subsidize few consumers and few vehicles. Now what FAME 3 is going to do apparently is FAME 3 wants to expand this ambit of the FAME subsidy even to light commercial vehicles. And that will now likely be included in FAME 3. It is not going to be restricted to electric two-wheelers alone, but will be expanded to commercial light vehicles as well.
Right.
And in addition to that, I think some incentives by way of FAME, not PLI, and PLI is going to run parallelly. So I think the debate right now is between how much of the subsidy should come by way of PLI, which is for industry, and how much should come by way of FAME, which is for end user. And I think that is going to get clarified in FAME 3, where FAME 3 also wants to now add part of the subsidy to localization, vendors that make these parts that eventually go into the automobiles. So whether it is battery makers, whether it is makers of any other components, electric components and what have you, it looks like FAME 3 is going to include those suppliers to fulfill the localization criteria for the manufacturers who may avail of the PLI.
All right, so suppliers are likely to get some sort of benefit as a part of FAME 3. We will of course keep tracking all those details. We've run short of time at this point in time. Thanks very much for joining us.